Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Bharat Jain D365. So today let's try to understand how to create agent. So before we got started with the demo, so let's understand few prerequisites. I'm going to use Microsoft Copilot Studio Trial Access in order to create an agent. So we need to have a Power Platform environment access, we need to have F&O access, we need to have permission to create agents or topics within the Copilot Studio. So these are all the prerequisites which needs to be in place before we start with this demo, and everything is from the free access. So the agent can be built from different places, right? So different platforms. So I'm going to use Microsoft Copilot Studio in order to create our agent. So we are going to create an agent. We are going to connect agent with D365 MCP, and then we are going to connect MCP with our F&O access. So the MCP connecting with the F&O access is done as part of Azure Develop. So it's done in the backend when you try to get or deploy the F&O environment or deploy MCP. There itself you can connect F&O environment with your MCP. So I'm going to just show how agents to MCP and MCP with F&O environment, right? So let's get started with the demo to understand this, right? This is a Copilot Studio. So here we can see I can create an agents, I can create flows. So there are different options, right? And here these are all the different resources that's available for learning. So let's start to create an agent. So I can simply start by describing agent, or let's say we'll click on this agent button here, and then let's click on create blank agent. So first thing is to enter agent name. Let's say PO creator. Okay. So before I start with this, so let's understand what the agent that I'm trying to create. So let's create an agent which can help us to create purchase order in our F&O environment. A simple agent based on the instruction that I'm going to give, it should go to F&O environment and create purchase order for me. So I'm going to name the agent as PO creator and click create. So now it will take some time to create the agent with blank. So once I give the name, you can see here it's still setting the things up. That's fine. So now let's proceed. So within the name, okay, on the left hand side is where my agent is there, which I have an option to select the name, description, instructions, knowledge. So we will understand one by one how it's done. And on the right hand side is where you can test your agent. So once you build your agent with all the prerequisites that you want to add, you can test your agent before publishing, right? So now you can see the agent has been provisioned. So once this is ready, now let's start with adding a description, a simple description. Let's say an agent to create PO in D365, right? A simple description. Someone who reads this should be able to understand what it is. Then what is the model? So here we have different versions that's available. So we have GPT-5 chat, auto, reasoning. The rest is grayed out because I'm anyway using trial version. If you have a full license, you will have an option to select different options, right? So I'm going to select GPT-5, right? So GPT reasoning is good when you want to have an interactive one. Let's say you want to build something where an agent should read a document and give the information, right? So that's when we can use reasoning. So in my case, it's just a simple instructions, so I don't want too many back and forth. So I'm going to use GPT-5 chat, right? So which is the default. I'm just going to leave as it is. So then instruction. So this is a key part for my agent to work, right? So agent should understand what it has to do, when it has to execute things, right? All of that information needs to be published here in the instructions. So good thing is, instead of we creating instruction, I can simply open a Google, go to AI mode, ask the AI there to give me instruction that I can include in order to create my agent here for creating the purchase order prospect, right? So what I've done here is, let's say I will just take an instruction, a simple instruction. So I'll tell AI I need to create agent in Copilot Studio, which we are doing. I need to get an instruction script to add to agent. So prerequisite is like I need to have few mandatory information that needs to be filled before I create the purchase order. And once the PO is created, I need the confirmation number and PO number, right? So let's simply take this simple instruction. Go to Google, you can go to AI mode and ask here. So it will give me the instructions. So now you can see it has now come up with the proper instructions, right? So it says that what is the role and the purpose. So you can just read through, see if you think you need to add something or just modify based on requirement. So I've already done that as well. So in a different script, so again I have done the same, put it to the AI mode, get the instruction and modify a few things based on my requirement. So let's go back here, instruction, and let me add that here, save. Okay, so once the instruction is added, then comes the knowledge. So what is knowledge is, this is basically required when it has to read from a document and then give the instructions based on that document, right? Let's say you want to have an agent where it needs to help training for the users, so it should read training document and give me steps to execute certain things, right? That's when we can use. So you can click add knowledge and there you can add a document or you can connect to a SharePoint. And then you also have web search. So in case if you don't have a knowledge and if you want the agent to read something from the web, you can use web search. Or if you think it should only read from the document that is attached and nothing to do with web, then you can simply disable. In my case, I don't need the knowledge because I'm giving instructions to create a purchase order and I will share information as and when I want to create a purchase order. So I'm not going to use knowledge. For us, we need to use tools. So what is tools? This is where we can include Power Automates or MCP in order to connect to our F&O environment. So let's click add tools. Right, so as I told you, have agent flow, prompt, model context protocol. So in my case, I need model context protocol, which is our MCP. So let's use this. Now, so this MCP is where you want to add it from the scratch, like you want to create a custom create MCP. So I'm not going to use this. So let's just go back. So here we can see there is model context protocol. So if I go here, I can see an existing D365 MCP which is already created. So let's just type D365 and click enter. So now you can see this is the standard Dynamics 365 ERP MCP which is created by Microsoft. So it's all pre-configured. So let's select this. So once I select this, click add and configure. So now you can see your tool was added to the agent. So within the tool, I have connected D365 ERP MCP, right? So once you add that MCP, now for the tool, you can include additional inputs or add resources. So these are all pre-configured as I informed. So we don't need to make any changes. Simply click this back arrow. So now we are back to our agent. So click on overview. So instruction is done. So in the tools, MCP is already connected. You can see here Dynamics 365 ERP MCP. So then triggers. Again, this is when you want to have any conversation based on the triggers. So I don't need to include any triggers as of now, right? This is to include sub agents and then topics in terms of how you want to start with greetings, a goodbye, start over. No? You can test these things later. For now, a simple agent is enough, right? So our agent now is ready to be tested. So what we have done is everything is controlled from instruction. Is as simple as creating an agent, right? So it's just a click. Now let's test here. Let's say I will tell the system I want to create a PO. Remember, I need to have few mandatory information for this to be filled. So first, in order to access to our F&O environment, let's click allow. So now system should ask me, these are all the prerequisites that's required, like purchase order number, sorry, the PO number it will be, but legal entity, vendor account, item number, unit price, quantity. So this is something what I want system to pick information before it start creating. So you can see here in the middle, this is how it is initializing the all the steps that's executing. And here where we're testing, so it's asking me, so in order to create a purchase order, these are the few information that's required, right? So let's say I will fill legal entity TS01 in my case. I need to have vendor account. I've already taken those information just in case I need it. So let's say I will just take this. Okay, so let's fill that here. Now let's say I will not fill price, so I'm just giving off information, and let's say continue. Let's see what system will do now, or let's say what agent will do now. So it's confirming what are the information that I have provided. So it says that it has taken vendor account number. So you can see here I gave the supplier name in Nashar, so it has taken that item number, quantity, but it still says that I need these two information, right? Okay, so let's say legal entity and this. So you can enter legal entity, which is TS01 in my case, unit price and currency, let's say 100 euro, right? So now I have given all the information that it's required. So now it says that all the mandatory details. So before it go and create a purchase order, it is going to confirm the information from me, right? So you can see now it started to open menu item tools, then it's connected to MCP. So on the left side you can see all the steps that's being executed, and here you can see the steps that it's doing within the F&O environment. And on the right hand side, so it's going to give me what's there, right? So now on the right hand side again, I have done this specifically to explain how it works, right? So I have given the vendor Nashar, but if you remember, the vendor account ID is, let's say, whatever the number sequence it has picked. So in this case, since I gave the vendor name directly and I have not included anything in the instruction that you look for a vendor name and then pick the ID automatically, it is asking me, should I do that step now? So this is how system will read the instruction. So in case if you want this to happen before, sorry, you can simply give this in the instructions. Right now let's say yes, I want the system to do that now. So now let's see. And again, remember this is a trial version, so obviously it's going to take a bit more time. But now since it's able to pick the vendor, so what system has done is the purchase order has been successfully created within the following details. So it says the purchase order number, vendor, currency, legal entity item. So it's based on my instruction that I want all the information, and therefore it is giving me all the information. And what I have done is currently it has created purchase order, but it is yet to add line item, right? So let's see if system has actually created this purchase order. So it says this is the PO number. So let's take this, go to F&O environment. So there's a TS01 legal entity, I'm here. So let me just, okay, 22, that was the previous one. Currently it's 23, that's what the system has created. So let's refresh. So now I can see 23 is created, right? So let's go inside this. Now system has created just header, which is the purchase order. So you can see there is no line item yet has been added, but vendor is added here and PO is created. So let's go back to agent and then we will say yes for adding the line item. So let's say yes. So now let's give a minute for that. Okay, so now the line item has been successfully added and say to the purchase order, right? So let's go back to our F&O environment, refresh. So now you can see the line item is added. So line number, item, product, quantity, right, and unit price. So everything is added. So we just created an agent which helped us to create purchase order in the system, and in order to create this agent we used another agent help, and probably took like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. That's how easy it is to create an agent. Hope this helps you. Thank you.